Good morning, Dr. Powell. Marketing 475 Empathy Map by Lanisha Lagarde. Empathy Map number 1 for interviewee number 1. My stakeholder in this interview was Ms. Heaven Tillman. She is a sophomore nursing major at Southern University. The say portion of the empathy map, Heaven stated that Southern was a very loving and family-oriented environment. What was significant to me was that despite the university not being one of the safest in the state, Heaven said that she feels pretty safe on campus. And she said that most of the things that happen that give Southern that bad representation happen off campus, and just because they're in the area, Southern is affiliated with those crimes, and it looks bad on the university as a whole. But she did state that she feels safe. Also, where she lives played more of a factor in why she feels safe, because she doesn't stay on campus and she doesn't get that flow of people who are on campus and people who aren't on campus coming and going as students who may live on campus does. The do portion, Heaven's body language and lack of eye contact displayed that she might have been a little nervous in the interview, but not nervous about her university. I believe Heaven wanted to represent the university well. She wanted to shy away from saying anything negative about her university. I believe that that's what she was thinking while presenting. How can I show that Southern is a great university? I feel as though Heaven believed that the university is the right place for her, as well as many other people. I feel as though Heaven felt a little bit of pressure while doing the interview. I believe that she was nervous and maybe out of her comfort zone. It didn't seem as though she was used to doing a lot of organized speaking or interview with camera in front of her face, types of things. I felt that she was anxious and kind of anticipating the next question or anticipating when the interview might be over. I believe Heaven was focused on, in her opinion, trying not to be a bad interviewee. I would describe the stakeholder as young, elegant, and sweet, and she needs a way to see, verbalize, and relate to the university brand, specifically relating to her. And I would say this because it was hard for her to convey what the university meant from her perspective. Empathy map in totality. Altogether, I'd say that Heaven enjoys and has no doubts about being a student at Southern University. I feel as though she enjoys her time here. It's just putting those things into words were more of a challenge for her. The university, I can say from talking with Ms. Heaven, is more relatable to some students than others, and that's because of how I said Evan wasn't able to directly speak on how the university specifically appealed to her. So it's more relatable and easier to talk about for some students than others. And we'll see that when we get to my second interviewee. Um, the students on campus feel more safe than the negative and dangerous rankings that the university has. So I feel as though the university should better clarify and distinguish when a crime takes place on campus rather than in the area around campus. I feel like they should draw the line in the sand. I know we see sometimes in the news, it's like they can't wait to say Southern this or Southern student, and sometimes it's a deeper meaning than that, and it's not as clear and cut as the headline tries to make it out to be. Empathy map number 2 for interviewee number 2. The stakeholder in this interview was Terrell Chevalier, which was a junior rehabilitation major. I would say Well, Terrell had to say that throughout high school, he didn't know much about the university, but with the help of a community service group called Focus, um, they kind of introduced the university and him taught him some of the things that he didn't know, and they influenced his decision to make Southern his home, and that is a decision that he doesn't regret. Terrell had a lot of enthusiasm and pride for his school. He spoke highly about the university, and a thing that was significant to me is that he was able to persuade his twin sister to transfer from her JUCO college to Southern University to further her education there. The dues, Terrell made eye contact. He took his time to think on the questions that were being asked. He spoke clearly. He displayed confidence in his interview, and he showed that he knew and believed in his university. I feel he may have been thinking, what is the best way to represent my college? As I just stated, he took his time to think about the questions, and he went in depth with his answers the best way that he could. He wanted everyone to look at Southern's marketing brand in a positive and successful light. I believe Terrell felt excitement in the interview. He was passionate about what he was saying. He had enthusiasm. You can tell that while doing the interview, it was fun for him. It was fun to talk about his university, and when you relate to something, when you enjoy it, it's not hard to talk about. It's fun and it's enjoyable, and it's not any pressure in doing that. I felt that he was very spirited. He displayed love and care for the university and the student body, and SU had a heavy impact on the man that he is today. I would describe the stakeholder as bold, confident, and comfortable. And I feel as though he needs an opportunity and a voice. And I say this because he had so many good things to say about the university that many more people other than myself and those watching this video could hear. I feel as though he had a lot of information and could relate to the university very, very well. And I feel as though people in general, people in the community, people who may be thinking about coming to Southern, just the general public need to hear those good things about the university. Empathy map number 2, in totality. Although there are students, I feel as though that the university should allow the students the platform to market the brand for them. It doesn't have to be strictly what the university can market, but they have students that can also take the marketing brand of the university to the next level, and this could be in person or online. Terrell stated that he wished he could have got his hands dirty in helping those that were affected by the storm in Lake Charles. He said he would have been on board and taking a trip and being able to lend that helping hand. So I feel as though they should let the voices of the students be heard more, because they actually do care and they have great reviews of the brand of the university. Number 2, I think that they should probably start to kind of expand upon what I just said, start or expand upon a program for students to give back to their communities and other cities in need, and that in that way people can affiliate Southern as being that neighboring school. I said, for example, each one reach one type of program, or each one teach one type of program, to allow their students to to meet those needs and the goals of making a difference in the lives of other people. This concludes my presentation. I would like to thank you for listening.